Hi friends, today we are going to read another story about another woman who changed the world. And today we're going to read a story about an entertainer whose name is Lucille Ball. So here you see a picture of Lucille Ball. Lucy is famous for her comedies, her television show, I Love Lucy. So today's letter, of course, is the letter L. Say it 3 times. L, L, L. Good job saying L 3 times. And as you know, L is for Lucy. So Lucille Ball, or for short, we can say Lucy. So today's story is I Am Lucille Ball. It is by Brad Meltzer. If you look here, you can see the picture. And as you notice, Lucy was famous for her red hair. So I Am Lucille Ball by Brad Meltzer. I am Lucille Ball. There she is with the camera in front of her. When I was a little girl, my mother tried to dress me in ribbons and bows, but I was different from other girls. My idea of fun was horsing around with my dad. He used to throw me up to the ceiling, always catching me and making me laugh. So there you can see Lucy playing with her dad. He would throw her up in the air and her mom would yell, "Put her down." Now, that's not a game for a proper girl. And her dad would say, "Well, I don't think this is a proper girl." And Lucy would say, "I'm a pelican. I lay eggs on your head." When I was 3 years old, the local grocer used to let me put on a show at his store. My favorite was his frog routine. People thought I was brave for performing so young, but it wasn't bravery. I was just doing what came naturally. That's not a proper girl. That's not even a proper frog, they would say. You can see the pictures there. It's kind of funny. Customers paid me with pennies and candy, making these my first professional appearances. But I had even more fun when my aunt used to let me work in her beauty salon. She'd let me do the hair for her customers' children. You can see her there doing hair for all the kids. Soon after, the beauty salon went out of business. But my childhood wasn't all goofiness and games. When I was 7 years old, I wanted to live. With Grandmother Peterson, she didn't like the way I played. In fact, she thought having fun was a bad thing. "What are you doing?" said her Grandma Peterson. "Playing," she would say. "It's fun." Fun? Little girls aren't supposed to have fun. Not in this house. You can see her there. Instead, in her dark kitchen, she made me wash lots of dishes. She didn't even allow any mirrors in her house, except for the one in the bathroom. She thought they made you think too much of yourself. When I rode on trolley cars, I used to make silly faces in my reflection. Try it. You'll see so many possibilities. Can you make a silly face like Lucy is doing here? Or let me see your silly face. Nice. So to Grandmother Peterson, little girls weren't supposed to be bold, sassy, or silly. As punishment, she'd send me to bed before sundown. I still remember lying there hearing all the other kids playing outside. So you can see her there, and she is listening to all the other kids play outside. So, but no matter how tough those days were, I had one thing to get me through it: my sense of humor. On rainy days, I'd play on the back porch and make dolls out of clothespins. I gave them all personalities. Or you can see there, she's playing with those dolls she's making and giving them all their different little personalities. You wouldn't believe the adventures we had. What's that, Sheriff? You need a cowgirl to come to the rescue with a mask and big blue eyes and a sparkling personality, she would yell. It's your lucky day. I got the roughest, toughest one right here. Here I come. You can see her playing there with her puppets and Grandma Peterson watching unhappily. There really is something wrong with that girl, Grandma Peterson would say. My shows only got bigger. When I was 8, my mom moved out to a 3-bedroom house that was right by an amusement park. That's right, a real amusement park. I'd act out movies in our backyard. My friends and little brother were the co-stars. If they weren't there, I'd pretend the chicken coop was my castle. Our chickens would be the loyal army. So you can see her there with her chickens in their coop, and they were the royal army. She had a big imagination. So, see, lovers of land, this is Peggy Leg Lucy. I come for your treasure. First mate, chicken face. Second mate, chicken stink. Get your ready. On 3, attack. Bok, 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 bok. You can see there. By the time I was 12, I realized there was real power in making people laugh. The principal of my school, a man named Bernard Drake, realized it too. He was the very first person to label my wild and fun behavior as talent. You can see her there talking to their principal. He saw the talent she had for making people laugh. So I took his advice. The next year, a friend and I put on our first amateur production, a play called Charlie's Aunt. It was the very first time I felt that wonderful feeling that comes from getting laughs on a real stage. How much did I love it? To have that starring role, I sold the tickets, swept up after, and even turned out the lights. No matter what your dream is, if you want it, you have to work for it. So you can see her there. Look at the audience watching her perform. So that's what I did. Was I a bit too enthusiastic? Sometimes. Was I there 15 during one musical? I did a dance with so much excitement, I fell into the orchestra pit and dislocated my arm. So you can see her there dancing around, and she fell in the orchestra pit. Dancing around. Well, when I was 17, my mom sent me to a fancy acting school in New York City. It didn't go as I had planned. The teachers made fun of how I spoke. They said I had no talent, that I couldn't sing and couldn't dance. All the other girls laughed at me. They were tall and beautiful, but I was funny and different. You can see her there. Of the 70 students accepted to the school, they narrowed it down to 12. I didn't make it. I failed. From there, I tried being a dancer, but nothing much changed. You can see her there really sad because she had failed. Do you think she quit, or do you think she kept trying? Let's find out. I never let it stop me. At one point, I was so poor, I was down to my last 4 cents. That's it, 4 pennies. To eat, I'd wait for a customer to leave a restaurant. Then I'd grab their leftover food before it got thrown away. I went to so many tryouts, I even wore out my shoes. But no matter hard I tried, the message never seemed to change. So you see her there? Never giving up on her dreams. So eventually I did find work. And then, with a bit of luck, I finally got my first big break in the movies. I was 21 years old and selected to be one of the girls in the background of the movie Roman Scandals. As the director came to inspect us all, I grabbed some red crepe paper, tore it into shreds, licked it up, and look what she did with it. You think that was her hair? From there, I got my first on-screen acting credit in a short football comedy starring the Three Stooges. Hey guys, what are you doing? Nook, nook, nook. There she is with the Three Stooges. Most girls didn't want these slapstick parts, but I loved them. I knew how to make them even funnier. Splat! She got hit with a pie. If you flinch when the pie hits you, the audience doesn't laugh as hard. I never flinched. It goes back to those days when my dad threw me in the air. I knew he was going to catch me. I knew I'd be safe. So she never flinched when she was making her comedy because she knew she would be safe. In time, that confidence led to the one role that changed my life. I had left movies and was working in radio. Then CBS had a brand new idea for a TV show. So you can see Lucy there sitting in a meeting talking to CBS about a TV show. To prove them wrong, but it'll be a comedy. This wacky redhead and her husband, great. I'll star in it with Desi Arnaz, my real Cuban husband. Babaloo, that's what Ricky is known for, is his Babaloo song. There's no way the American people will watch that kind of couple. A redhead and a Cuban, they didn't think it would be successful. But to prove them wrong, my husband Desi and I took our show on the road. We turned it into a vaudeville act. Vaudeville was an old kind of show with lots of funny skits, so you can see them performing together. And they would say, "That's not a proper girl." And then they'd say back, "Isn't it great?" It became such a big hit, CBS decided it was ready for TV. We asked for one thing, to film the show in front of a live audience. Hearing that audience, people at home would really feel the laughter. You can see them there, filming in front of the audience. The TV network was worried about the cost of film. They said it would be too expensive, so we made a deal. They could pay us less money, but the show would belong to us. On September 8th, 1951, the bleachers filled up by 8 p.m. I Love Lucy was ready to go, and there was nothing proper about it. Every episode, Lucy and Ricky got along with their best friends, Ethel and Fred, would get into crazy adventures. Here you can see Ethel and Lucy eating all those chocolates really fast. And if you go to the links in the comment section, we'll take you to that clip. Every week, America turned in to see what Lucy was up to. They wanted to see new trouble. And look, there she is making a commercial for a product called Vitamita Vegemin. That's in the comments below too. And they wanted to see who else would show up. We had famous guest stars like Harpo Marx and Superman. That's right, Superman. Between 1952 and 1953, though the first TV bosses said no one would be interested, 2 out of 3 households with TV sets were watching I Love Lucy every Monday night. What was the secret of the show's success? It was the thing I'd learned all those years ago. You can always find a laugh in what everyone else is taking seriously. So she would take what people were finding seriously and find a way to laugh at it. Today, people call me the greatest comedian of my time and one of the most beloved entertainers ever. But I was also the first woman to run a major Hollywood studio. Remember when I said the TV show belonged to us? Our studio, Desilu, used the money from I Love Lucy to produce other shows like Star Trek and Mission Impossible. So isn't it cool that she didn't give up on her dreams? And I Love Lucy not only became a TV show, but she became the first woman to run a major studio in Hollywood. So in life, people put me down because I was different from everyone else. They didn't like the way I looked or the way I talked or even the way I was always clowning around. And this isn't a joke. Don't let other people change you. There's no such thing as a proper girl or boy. Be true to who you are. So you can see you're there. Go look in the mirror. When someone puts you down, that's who'll pick you back up. When you get mad, that's who will help you laugh it off. To find happiness in life, you have to do what you do best. Trust me on this. Every time you look in that mirror, your possibilities will be endless. So guys, this was Lucille Ball, and she believed that she can make all things funny. We all need laughter, every single one of us. And for the best comedy, people have to believe in you. But for that to happen, you have to believe in yourself. I Love Lucy wasn't just the title of the show. It was my most important life lesson. In this world, the person you need to love the most is you. So love yourself first, and everything else falls in line. Lucille Ball. I hope you enjoyed today's story. If you go to the comment section, we have a whole bunch of activities that are I Love Lucy themed. I hope this finds you happy. I hope this finds you safe and healthy. Have a great day. See you next time.